Hey guys, welcome to my second Liverpool tactics video. Because a few people were telling me how I said I was going to utilise youth and so on in this save, and then everyone sort of said, "Well, hang on, why are you using um, all these strong players? What happened to the youth team?" I just want to point out that was a full strength team. That was, for example, variants of a full strength team. That first tactic video. But however, this video is going to be utilising the youth of Liverpool in FM13. Now this picks up right at the start of the game. I want to point out this is not going to apply to regens or anything, although you can take hints and tips from it. This is going to apply to mostly youth. Now what I've done is I've brought in certain players to the first day. I've ranked up to the senior squad here, and sort of said, okay, these are the types of players you want to bring in. These are the ones who I think you probably should start to nurture quite quickly. Also, perhaps even give the odd game to us, but play them all. This is a team that I would play, for example, if I got someone in the Carling, oh, not the Carling, it's called the Capital One Cup now, isn't it? The Capital One Cup, say I got, I don't know, Burton Albion. Say we got them. I think, okay, this is a good time to play the youth. So who we're going to play? Well, okay, the goalkeeper doesn't really matter, so let's stick with Pepe Reina for now. And the player who I would play at right back firstly is John Flanagan, who we've seen for a few years now. Came in against Man City on his debut and did rather well, and has sort of had a bit of a shocker against Blackburn, although that wasn't necessarily and entirely his fault. But he was pretty poor nevertheless, and has sort of fallen out of favour with the likes of Kelly, Wisdom obviously coming in, and who else? A few other players, and Johnson obviously reverting to. Johnson and so on. So I just went blank. But as I say, Flanagan's still good. You've still got to keep an eye on him. He's let's see, what's his potential on this? I haven't actually checked them yet. He's 2.5 stars. That's not bad. That possibly can be improved. But yeah, I'd stick with him. Your local lad. The fans always like that type of thing. Andre Wisdom's come in. I really do like the look of this lad. He looks really good in real life. He deserves way more than 2 stars. He looks really, really good. He can also play. Oh, actually, no, he can't play it right back. That's a bit of a shame. He is in real life. That's not good, that FM. Hopefully that will get updated for the final game, and hopefully his stats will, because he's looked an absolute tank so far. And then this is the choice. Who do you play? You can play Carragher, obviously, if you want a bit of experience in there. Obviously, that's, if you're playing someone a little bit better, for example, someone in the Premier League, but you still want to play the youngsters, I'd throw Carragher in there. But as I say, this is, for example, we're playing someone like Burton Albion. So I would throw maybe in Danny Wilson or Sebastian Quartes. I've talked about nurturing these, giving them as many first team opportunities as you can. And it's really down to you. But because I know what Quartes can do, and I want to give Wilson a go, because I still want to see more from him. And then obviously Jack Robinson, a player who I am genuinely excited about, and I have actually seen in the pub a few times around by ours. He's really, really good. He has 3.5 star potential. If you saw on FM12, I managed to keep him and really grow him into a top player. And I think he spent like 10, 12 years or something at Liverpool, or after breaking into the first team. Then he went to Bayern Munich on FM12, and then ended up at Everton, which was strange. But yeah, Jack Robinson, there's definitely he's one you really want to not throw in at the start, but definitely keep an eye on, and give him again first team opportunities when you can. Right, now on the right we've got lots and lots of options here. Who do you play? Well, obviously, you've got Raheem Sterling if you don't want to throw in straight away. Again, I think these are a lot of wingers. And I keep clicking that bloody menu. I just want to click that. But if you really want to push the boat out, go with Jordan eBay. Or eBay. Okay, maybe not. Don't actually. Scratch that. Let's try that one again. You probably want to go with... Yeah, I'd say Raheem Sterling. You still got to give the kid as many first team opportunities as you can. Okay, ignore the abysmal morale. That's because I've been put in charge, and the players don't really like that. Midfield, you're probably going to want to go with Shelvey, and I'm going to go with Suso, because these two look really good. I'll go over the roles in a moment. I'll just finish this off. And again, you might want to play eBay. Again, I don't know why he's listed as yellow. He really should be a winger. Of course, don't forget you got Sadie, Cole, Downing, and hell, maybe even Glenn Johnson as a winger. I mean, for those on the right, for those who watched the FM12 series. By the end of his career, Glenn Johnson was just a straight out and out right midfield winger. He wasn't a right back. No, I converted him completely into a winger. So bear that in mind. So you can obviously go with eBay. You can go with, I'm going to go with the Saidi here. But obviously, I mean, he's really young, Jordan Ebe. You know, 4-star potential. He's only 16 though, so you really do have to be careful with him. But you know, maybe not in the first season, but you know, maybe give him one game. But definitely, you know, keep an eye on him. He's another one you really have to be careful but excitable with. And finally, obviously, we've got also given myself a few more attacking options here through Adam Morgan and Samid Yezel. I definitely would play Yezel. He looks like a top potential, as I've talked about previously. Obviously, you can have Adam Morgan. However, I will go with Danny Pacheco. I want to see what's his potential rating or star rating or whatever the hell you want to call it. It's 2.5. That's not too bad. You probably could utilise that for a few years, maybe. So you got that. I wouldn't use these as wing backs. I don't think these two. I mean, you could if you want to, if you really want to go ultra attacking, but I personally wouldn't recommend it. So this is the team I probably would set out. Maybe swap Sterling if I'm going to be, you know, really silly, and maybe throw in Henderson or eBay, or even Barini if you want. Shelvey, what does he play best as then? Well, obviously the game says here, deep lying playmaker, you got 2.5 stars, box to box, advanced playmaker, deep lying defend, it says 2 stars, again, I don't know, let's just try midfield roles, don't know whether we can have, say, just central midfielder, attack, it says 2 stars down there, that's obviously his current potential, his full potential, obviously recommendation, that's just the current ability, potential ability, so if you just again click on his name, best role as MC, one of these 3, maybe the top one's the best one. I will probably use him again in the Gerrard role as an AP. Obviously, I'm not going to say he is going to be the next Steven Gerrard. I'm just saying that, you know, he is obviously naturally going to be compared to Steven Gerrard because he is the one who comes after him in the centre midfield role. And obviously, people get very excitable, especially Liverpool fans, when a young player comes through who might be similar to a legend. And when I say similar, he plays in the same position as him. Here's Suso now. I don't really know much about the guy myself, like in terms of roles and stuff. 3.5 stars though is still top. That's top draw. You probably want, say, in attack or in support as an attacking midfielder, or perhaps again another AP, perhaps in support this time. I do usually like to do the 2 APs, have one in attack and one in support. Although I wouldn't recommend doing this every time, especially against the bigger teams. Have Asaidi as a winger. Samid Yezel, 3.5 star potential. Deep lying, deep lying forward. 1 star, obviously, he is obviously still current ability of 1 star. And obviously I will hopefully change you go on. So I would probably have him as a deep lying forward. And Danny Pacheco, finally, again, I would have as a poacher this time, since I don't really want to have 2 deep lying forwards, as that is a bit too far up for my liking. So that's just there. That's just a really quick showcase on utilising the youth. This is a type of team I would probably want to play. It's a decent mix of youth, however, there is some, and I say just some, experience. When I say experience, I mean Shelvey, Flanagan, I guess Pacheco, if you want to say Pacheco. But you know, these aren't just going in cold. I mean, okay, Yesil, arguably Suso, obviously this is before. Obviously, bear in mind, according to the game, he hasn't really played yet. You know, let's be honest here. Wilson and so on, Wisdom. These are going in cold, but there are still a few players here who can still hold their own, and you might want to give a go in the Premier League anyway. Like sort of Shelvey, Suso, Sterling, Wisdom, Wilson, Pacheco, Yesil, and Robinson. Okay, you know, certainly the players that are definitely in the first team. So don't just like wait for them. Yeah, I'm not trying to say that either. Don't wait until the Capital One Cup or the FA Cup comes around and go, okay, I'm going to use these players now. No, throw them in when you get a chance. Obviously, don't play them against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge or United at Old Trafford, because you're just going to get smashed probably. But you know, if you feel confident enough that you know you can take down, I don't know, Aston Villa with one or I wouldn't recommend putting them all in, but you know, with some of these players, go for it, because any time that you can use these players, use them for sure. And that is, I just can't impact that enough. Express that enough and put so much emphasis on it. And that is how I sort of plan to use these players. I want to throw them in as and give them as much opportunity as possible. And that will do it for me. So hopefully, again, you've learned something. Maybe I'd say just bring it into your mind that you really do need to utilise the youth for Liverpool. So yeah, that'll do it for me. Thanks for watching. Again, hope you've learned something. And once again, I will say the Let's Play is going to be coming soon. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.